Vakavinaka, very good afternoon and a warm welcome to Lawaqa Park in Sigatoka, heartland of local rugby. And today we have the big final for the Vodafone Vanua Championship. And of course, on screen now you see the Rewa team that has made it through to the final as they get ready to take on a very powerful Northland squad that has come to this final. And of course, we're looking forward to a great matchup between two of the best teams in the Vanua Vodafone Championship. With me, as always, the one and only, back from his almost barbarian match against England, Koli, Bula Vinaka, my brother.
Ya sebenarnya hambul binaka hambul binatalangan na handa borong patalakin bekim di kelsaran dauveitokoni en bukuning gitu kan do pomuri tumai en pengun kelsaran pomimbi en na Vodafone Vanua Cup ponin na tuli bekim di kelsaran dauveitokoni en na mati tim Northland patalakin na mati tim ni Rewa en no mai bukan tintin tangan segini kuah nang gitu ne fainala menagi matalakin na ka sama tal ni ron sana ngole ruarua mob menagi matalo odi na champion.
That's right. Yeah, both teams have qualified for next year's Skipper Cup, but of course, bragging rights and the chance to be crowned the Vodafone Vanua champion for 2020. And of course, we're very lucky to still have rugby. You know, you've heard earlier on today that the Barbarians in England match has been cancelled due to breaking of COVID lockdown restrictions. But here we go. Good kickoff, and of course, taken by the Rewa team. We got great weather this afternoon for this championship, and of course, perfect ground conditions as we see Rewa setting it up from just outside their 22, going for the up and under, trying to catch Northland napping. Ball looks to have gone back. Ref says play on, but no, it is going to be a knock on, an advantage to Rewa, Koli.
Sanjena tutok tinan na ilolo na gitu sarapa karusan na angay via baru rita ko meron na bakarita na ngasautapa si naibanti tapa meron na bangataka merawan niron na sikmotekin na nila ni tatangmaki manasan kantua.
And of course, we're looking out for the 9 and 10 combination for Rewa this afternoon. They have formed some really awesome plays over the last few games for Rewa, really building the attack and defense of Rewa based on these two main players, Samu Valangi and of course Apanisa Deve. Yeah, they fullback, which has always been a great threat. But as you can see, the ball coming out. Defense from Northland, good chase, but of course he managed to break the first tackle, gets hammered by the second. Ref says play on, and of course we're just inside the 10 meter of Rewa now. They have possession, they'll want to get it out quickly. They get it to Deve, he kicks it long. Good clearance kick, bit of pressure coming through from Northland, but and of course out on the full. Yes, he did take the ball outside the 22, so it will be the advantage to Northland. Koli, Northland this afternoon built their finals on a lot of great defense, big forwards, and of course their awesome scrummaging ability.
Iya kan dina totoko iya en dari tatu pa na matitim Northland tu talankin na o denling iri patalangkin na be emosi muli borro patalangkin na be apisay indo malilay. Ngo ibis talangan na rong dara redetu ngo nirtu lewen itu ngo na matitim Northland. Iyo ke bakan dari lesu nanon rusa tamay na matitim rongo era usanga sanggang gau cina matitim Rewa kina matitim Northland gangau cina talangan na matitim Northland kina matitim Rewa.
Yeah, their place in the finals has really been built on the back of their forwards, particularly the number 2, getting into it right now, Dan Lingairi, who had a rampaging quarter-final, missed the semi-final unfortunately due to injuries, but is back for this big final as we see Northland setting it up once again using their forwards. Power, strength and precision, that's what Northland is famous for. Making it through to the finals of the Vodafone Vanua Championship, and of course that pick and drive game very, very much a part of how Northland bases their attack. They build slowly through their big forwards and then they let loose their backs once the opposition has tired out. As you can see, they're rampaging towards the line. They're 5 meters away now, Northland. This will be their first attacking opportunity of the game in the first 10 minutes. Rewa defense holding. Northland setting it up, taking it through their phases, setting their pods. Northland still with possession. Nice, good, solid drive there once again. They're only about 2 meters away and they're looking to go over the try line. Ref is having a look. I think they're just short, Northland. But yes, first try to Northland, Koli, and that is what Northland is famous for in the Vodafone Vanua Championship.
Sanjena iya ena buko nganing kitong tasarap tigo ena sugani kuha pambotan ni sara ni raurei tanan duin ni mol may panati merua Rewa san ranikila na non to mol na mati tim Northland sa kila to mol mati Rewa ko arto sa wana takina na mati non to imandi ena ken gitori na orto no forwards.
I think that's the number 4. That would be Peniasi Waka who scored the first try for Northland early in the first half. And that is very much against the run of the play. But of course, Northland with the early lead, and of course now a chance to extend their lead over Rewa. And of course, great crowd this afternoon at Lawaqa Park for this Vodafone Vanua Championship.
Kandi na tuto ka mabusang to na kan lebu ni bitokon ni rangol mai rangol sa mai inabuoli ko kitele bu patal kina in rangol to mai na sano rewa na kena mai bukan din dag sana mai sarabi kena mai tokoni non ramati timi en kena pal tagitigo na mbilo ni Vodafone Vanua Cup.
As we see St. George lining it up, this will be his first kick of the afternoon. He's had a not so good time with the boot over the Vodafone Vanua Championship, about 60%. As he chips it over nicely, that's a very good kick, and it'll give him a lot of confidence for this game. So Northland with the early lead, Koli 7-0.
Tutukan din na lakolako ni Qito to may bertacho na mata tim Northland na kena sang indol labing go merto Qito go na matay ni mama ya arto kalungatan ni rto may tambakaran to na skoa tangga tidur talang na kena ya nangono go saran ni bakang titigir to na lakolako ni Qito na sigani kwa.
Rewa will be a bit shell-shocked so early in the first half. They've allowed themselves to let in a try. They're going for a long kickoff. Northland not wanting to play the ball in their danger area. That was St. George again trying to get it clear. Takes it around the 10-meter line. And of course, Koli, both teams making it through to the Vodafone Vanua Championship. And of course, qualifying for the Skipper Cup, which is always the aim of the teams in the Vodafone Vanua Championship. And we're looking forward to Northland and Rewa really making an impression next year in the Skipper Cup.
Iya kadi nito to ko ber na mata tim so sar cikora to mengo pana skip ina rebina kamera to nang gangaro nito ko pana mata tim Rewa rusa baro mero na lasi kata kaniko rusa lasi kata kacuka niko nama tim Rewa ka pataliki na mata tim ni Northland.
Pressure coming through on that time, but it was a high tackle even though he was on the ground. Rewa with the advantage, opts for the tap and go, tries to get Northland napping, and of course there is space. Rewa with the opportunity, the pass didn't go to hand. They're putting themselves under a bit of pressure, Rewa, but they still secure possession just over the halfway. Northland defense holding. They're not being bought by this Rewa defense. Their Northland defense is spread out quite nicely. They've really prepared well for this game. Possibility of killing the ball that Northland player, but the ref says play on. It is playable. This is one of the danger men for this Rewa team. That's right, the scrum half Valangi. He's had a great tournament, the Vodafone Vanua Championship, being one of the best players in the tournament. As we see a big bump, Lingairi goes flying and he stays down. Now Rewa with the kick and chase. Northland defense gets back, but pressure coming from Northland. Horrible kick from Northland. Rewa with the advantage and the opportunity through the open side. The number 7, Ratu Etowate. Rewa with possession, opting to take it up. There's lots of men on the open side. If Rewa decide to take the ball through the hands, they have men on the inside. He throws the dummy, comes back on the inside. I think he came on the wrong side, but he gets a good pass away. As we see Rewa putting the phases together, almost loses the ball, manages to keep it in play, but they're near the sideline. They need to secure possession. Pressure coming from Northland. Rewa still with the ball. Midway between the 10 and the 22. He's taking too long to get the ball out. Rewa need to get the possession quickly. They need to clear the ball. There's lots of space. They have the advantage for the high tackle. I think they'll take it. Valangi with the tap. He's going by himself. That man was offside, so the ref says advantage. They're about a meter short. Oh, Koli!
Woo! Are na ko handa sarap tal
It's
ko
all
na
happening.
iyo na beka ay to ko kina na matitimin Rewa say ko na kina didi bagito na polo patal kina na non ruto fighto kina non ruto faiwa non ruto backline na kina didi bagito patal kina na non ruto mbuti na mawi ni mataw kina bi paste kina na polo kaya ruto sa may portang ko na matitimin Rewa na matinis ko ruto portang na Northland na ko chuburto en kina gitori na gito may portang na forwards na matimin Rewa na kaya ruto kalitin kina ko na non ruto backline iyo erto sa kabikiling gitu iya nikwa minta nagi misaraba ulti yan may non naganga.
We have a Northland player that's injured, and I won't be surprised if it was the big prop that took that huge hit earlier on in the play. That would be Ravi Wasa. That's right. That was a big bump off from the Northland, from the Rewa player.
Ya kuna inoke Ravi Wasa kung na turbo ko ruo na skoa in the semi-final.
That's right. He had a great semi-final. And of course, it's good to see he's back on his feet. Northland will need him for this game. Wonderful run in the semi-final and a great try that really put Northland here in the final of the Vodafone Vanua Championship. But now it's Rewa's turn. This is bread and butter for this halfback, this young halfback that's had a great tournament. As we see them taking the ball up strongly, Valangi is trying to get the ball clear, looking for an opportunity to get the penalty. Northland stay onside, they're going for the set piece move. Not the best of passes, but there is space and he's going in for a try. That is a very well worked try from the Rewa team, striking back immediately, Koli.
Sanjena, totokan tin na ilokolokan ni Qito, orto bertajung na mata tim ni Rewa, erto seperti urtu main na mata tim ni Northland, nunggu orto sangkai buat tangan na mata tim ni Rewa, na punu erto kina, ene kena pasti kena pola na mui, na matau kena foito, kena foiwa, ranir tuli tambah terkin tulus koa, wara kena tangki.
I thought the ref might want to have a look at it because there was a hint of a shepherding, but he does say play on, and of course the try stands. So Rewa now back in the match, Northland 7, Rewa 5. We're about 15 minutes into the first half. And of course, this conversion to be taken by the fullback, Deve, who's had a great tournament. So now it's 7-all. And of course, Koli, we expected fireworks at the beginning. And of course, both teams have come out ready to play this afternoon.
Iya kan dia natuto ko dari en squad ruarua romai warita kan mata tim ini Northland kena mata tim ni Rewa sang dari itu kan na punu era kau kina iya na punu teranga untuk meru sana rida teranga na punu na nonro ila tin tetong maki men na ko kota ki se ko Rewa men na ko kota kan norto ila tin tetong maki berto na forwards ka patali kina na mata tim Northland berto na ko kota kan tetong maki berto na backline ini mata tim ni Rewa.
Northland with the high hanging kick. Rewa have men underneath, but pressure coming through from the Northland pack. They're just outside the 22. Needs to clear the ball very quickly. Valangi gets a nice high kick. Doesn't get much distance. Misfire there from the Rewa team, so it's play on. Northland with the advantage. Lots of space on the open side. Opts for the chip and chase. Valangi's back there. Tries to get the ball. Gets the old banana kick in, but doesn't get a lot of distance. I thought he was outside the 22, but the linesman said, no, he's fine, just inside the halfway. But yes, they are coming back. Yes, I did see him put a foot outside the 22. Crowd not happy, Koli, but rules are the rules.
Iya kan dia natuto ko, iya sanda naporonga na buku ni ndau ni lewa, en na loma ni rara, o koe no suli na iyo kena senga, iya ndabo na bolebu ni rawan ni ndang may sarawa kapag din tak na ibugu-bugu ni Qito ron may bartak na mati Rewa bukan bimbi ni rumbi po no may Rewa patalikin na may nabuli kay telebu mangito sar na Qito en nararango en narunga.
That's right. He just I just saw him put a foot out just before he took the kick, and this will be the second mistake from Rewa that allows Northland an opportunity. Earlier on, they'd made the same mistake, and Northland scored a wonderful try, worked through their forwards. They go to the back, building themselves up for a set-piece play, but that's a good tackle from the Rewa defense. They have possession outside the 22. And it is a penalty to Northland. I thought the ref would play the advantage for the knock-on, but there is a penalty for an infringement by the Rewa team. Ref just explaining it now. Must have been something serious if he's going to reverse the knock-on and make it a penalty for Northland. A lot of finger pointing. Northland forwards not happy. So the ref is saying not rolling away, killing the ball, coming in with the shoulder. Good Lord, it's all happening in the final, Koli.
Sanjay na, totoo kantina iyo, ay nabubukan ng Qito, minta sa rabat ko, may pagkasang tandubukan din tinitaka. So nanguna, nanonta mula isra nga, inarin may bukan lang ka, na kukuwa, na vikaiso, lakumikin na team, eh?
Yes. And of course, you know, the referee, zero tolerance for any form of infringement. They want to set a good example for everyone, especially young rugby players and teams who are in the Vodafone Vanua Championship, making it through to the Premier Grade next year, the Skipper Cup. That discipline is the key. And of course, this is a great opportunity for Northland to just give themselves a bit of breathing space. And of course, St. George taking it once again. He had a good first kick. And the second one is also a beauty. And that extends... that gives Northland a 10-7 lead in the first half. And of course, Rewa, that would be a penalty they won't be happy with, a cheap penalty. They'll really need to discipline themselves if they want a good shot at winning this match and bragging rights for the team that win the Vodafone Vanua Championship. We're very lucky to be having rugby, as we can see a number of former reps and of course sevens reps in both teams. Nice high kick. Northland have men under it. Bit of pressure coming through from the Rewa defense. Valangi has the ball. He gets it to St. George. St. George with the up and under. Chasing his own kick. Pressure coming through on that time. And I think it might be a line out to Rewa. So net gain for Rewa, Koli.
Iya, tuto kontina na ilakolako ni Qito to bertajung na mati timin Rewa na kena vivi pagi tinggal polo ka rawan ni to sing pote kina na lain ni mama kina mati timin ni Northland.
Both teams want to win this and of course set themselves up nicely for next season for the Skipper Cup, which is the penultimate for both teams. Northland have been to the big dance before, as have Rewa. But Northland have a very illustrious career in the Skipper Cup and they're looking forward to getting back into it. As we see another solid scrum.
Oh, a very good game. Very good game, eh? Siapa tahu
Best game ever. Wonderful game. Wonderful
Sulit
game.
juga na scrum, ready hibalangi sabar may berita tu na loman polo sin madala na ibu kita apa, na warau mentan na reida, nilakolakan di scrum ko.
Valangi's had a great Vodafone Vanua Championship, Koli. He's really called to play well and helped guide this Rewa pack around. But big push coming in from Northland, massive push. They managed to clear the ball out. Northland get the chip away. Rewa have men there, but a good tackle from Northland defense. He manages to skip away, beats the first, gets taken by the second and the third. Ref says play on. They're on the 10-meter line of Northland. Looks to be offside. Valangi with the runner. And of course, yes, ref playing advantage for the offside. Rewa with the free play. Ref calls it. No. Time to slow things down. Yeah, offside in the last ruck. Northland just a little bit eager then. Of course, the Northland scrum dominant as ever, Koli.
Sanjena. Ya antar dari tuan non ambil rakan mata tim ini Northland na scrum may Rewa. Ya antar dari tuan ko non to pangat kavinakat to kana totolo kay na ngat ini apa to. Orto na turbo may nambutong ko reda na to tingo. Arto sabo ko tilo sarang amer to sa tangke mata-mata. Buko nga ni point.
It looks like Rewa will go for the three-pointer.
Ya mo kibakasan na turutral na tangke ko sana raw ni raw natay na mata tim ruang ko.
Boy, this is about 42 odd meters out. 15 meters away from the center of the goalpost. This is going to be his most ambitious kick this afternoon. Sets it up, Deve. Goes for the kick, has the distance, has the height, misses the direction. Of course, Northland will be relieved. There was a cheap penalty that they gave away for the offside. Northland will want to slow it down. Rewa eager to try and get possession back. Goes for a very shallow kick. Goes for the pass, goes forward. The no-look pass didn't work on that occasion. Yeah, bit of a scratch on the head. Frustration from Northland. It's just outside their 22. So the ref will give him an option for the scrum or the line-out. Based on the last scrum, I would suggest that Rewa go for the line-out, but they are opting for the scrum. They'll want to gain back ascendancy. They've had a good tournament with their forwards, but this Northland pack has been quite impressive throughout the rounds of the Vodafone Vanua Championship. Valangi will want to get it in quickly, get it out. Pressure coming from Northland. You see Apisa and Domalailai, yeah, Fiji 7's rep, opting for the cutout pass. No one there. Pressure on Rewa. They're on the halfway. Northland forwards coming through, but not fast enough. Rewa still have the ball. Good, hard, straight run, getting the ball back up strongly for Rewa. That was the lock. Kinilori Tauke. Bit of a hospital pass and a good shot from the Northland wing. A good defense from Northland. Rewa still on the 10-meter line. They'll want to slow it down, rebuild their phases, set it up once again. Off for the one-up runner. Tries to sell a dummy. No one buys it. Rewa plowing through. They're still on the 10-meter. And now it is a penalty to Northland. And that is a testament to the Northland defense, Koli.
Iya, tutokon din na narireni non to tatang magina mata tim di Northland non to sanga mertu na tago magati na tutolo kay na non to wimong ya kina mata tim na backline ni mata tim di Rewa. Iya, may sulto ka pagor berto na tutongi muliboro. Sa waro men na dangi gorin non to line out.
Yeah, he is one to watch. Got a lot of experience playing around the world, and of course Northland will look forward to using his experience and of course Lingairi's experience to get them through this this final. Rewa, of course, coming through after some dominating performances in the quarters and the semis. They're on the 10-meter line now. Northland setting up for a line out. It's a full line out. Goes all the way to the back. Good take. Good clearance. Opting for the crossfield kick. St. George is there. That is a good net gain for Northland, pushing Rewa back into their 5-meter. Putting the pressure on Rewa, making them use the ball in the danger area. They'll have to be very careful.
Iyo na matitim ni Rewa, merto naganggaron sa chukong ko na bunuer to nagingatakin na matitim ni Northland, baleta ng bimbi tigo burto na norto forward kaya bagarto nang gito forward ke ambutan ara nirto na to nilin squad na bunongo merto na rediken norto tatagumaki na matitim ni Rewa.
Yeah, the Northland forwards have been the most impressive forward pack in the Vodafone Vanua Championship this year. They've really dominated from the first game till now, but that was a missed line out. Big defense coming through, even though Rewa won it against the throw. Oh, that's a bit of a fumble. Yeah, ref says it is a knock-on. Bit of the old final jitters, Koli.
Sanjen hanggon na bunwa me sandang ganggaron ni binakasarang akin na may pagkani sandang buto tokolo ni skoa kapatan akin na buku talaga din nota bolta bunwa nggon na bunwa na bi dalala isranga ko en ran na may tako sobi kin na dalala ni skoa iya sa may ya don pakatala kaya en no konya solito na skram goberto na mata timin ni Northland iya bombauta ni sanara nirto na sasanga serto na reda na ibandita na mata timin Northland merto na biuta mer nirto tampakatala kin en do na skoa me paka nirto sa toko sartungan go ya sa ni mata
Vakautini will not be happy with that fumble. He's had a great Vodafone Vanua Championship. And of course, that's very uncharacteristic of this very talented first five. But now Northland with an opportunity. Scrum on the 5. This is bread and butter marmalade jam for the Northland pack. They will simply set it up and push like they have throughout the tournament. Big push coming from Northland. Rewa holding. They clear it away for a backline move. Goes for the drop goal. It's all about getting the points.
Sanjena.
Very smart move from Northland. Surprising.
Iyo abambauta ngo ento na ibuka-buki ni kito or to pertangan na mati timin Northland gon ibuka-buki ni kito or to sigin to takapa abambauta bertu talangan mati timin Rewa or to sigin ni namaka merto takapa ento na drop goal na mati timi pamimbi ke bakan tuntun merto na rebinaka merto nandi ke ba ngo na iwale-wale rin takapa o muleboro.
Yeah, Mulevoro didn't hesitate at all. He took the 3 points. Extending Northland's lead over Rewa now 13 points to 7 midway through the first half. Good kick and a great take by the Northland winger on the bootlaces. That was a very awesome take. Rewa trying to catch Northland napping, but Northland came through very nicely, clearing it through the center of the field. Deve has the ball. He has a bit of space. Goes for the kick. Gets out on the full. That's unfortunate. So it'll be a scrum or just over the 10-meter line for Northland. Both teams after a very heavy first half full of action, defense and tries, starting to tire just a little bit in this Vodafone Vanua Championship final. And of course, great crowd today at Lawaqa Park, Koli.
Kan dia tutok untuk nak kanal level nilai puno nongol itu mahin na bukan ikan mai tokon tigo na mati timin Rewa na mati timin Rewa patang kina na mati timin ni Northland.
Shortened line out. Nice take. Northland with possession. Rampaging through the number 8 for Northland. Taking it up strongly. Captain leading by example. The number 8, Namalo. Gets the ball over the halfway. Soft hands from the forwards. Rewa defense onto it. They know how dangerous the front 3 of Northland can be. And of course, good steal by Rewa on that occasion. They have the ball near the halfway. Ref says play on. Rewa with the overlap. They have a few men. They have the advantage. And they have the speed. But the defense coming through. Goes for the soft chip. Nice to get the ball through. Oh, I think he just got it. Yeah, he just got it down, Koli. Is so...
But no. Sanji na tuto kontina nilolong ni gitu ntasarabat ko en singa ni kuwa kau mai berton na mata timin Rewa bota lagi na mata timin ni Northland pembuta ngo sa rong kempe misota pa ento na raravinaka.
Both teams are giving it everything. Beautiful ground conditions today for this game. And of course, they're leaving nothing out on the park for this final. Northland will want to get it far, far away from their try line. Give it as much distance as possible. Nice take once again. Deve with the ball. Responsible for that last break. As he comes to put pressure. Ball bounces. Play on. I think that's offside. Yeah, it's going to be offside. The ball was touched by a Northland player. So that's a deliberate offside and a penalty to Rewa. That is a very, very soft penalty.
Deve.
As Deve takes the ball up once again. Not going for the points. Wants the try. Pressure coming through from Lingairi. I think he's won it for Northland. That's the impressive hooker. Yeah, he's won it in the ruck. Dan Lingairi, all those years of experience coming through. Good clearance, pressure from Rewa. Northland get the ball away. It's still alive. Loses it in the skyline. Tries to beat the winger. Good defense from Northland. Pressure coming through. Northland fighting for the ball. And yes, it is a penalty. That was a very impressive. And of course, Northland not waiting. They're going for, yeah, they got the momentum. Domolailai has the ball. Soft hands once again from Northland. Here he is. Northland just rampaging through, but of course, unfortunate on that occasion. Wow. Good defense and of course, great attack from Northland, but Rewa now with the ball on their 10-meter line. Oh, sorry, midway between the 10 and the 22. They'll want to clear this out and catch a breather. Neve goes for the long clearance. Ball doesn't go out. Northland once again. They have momentum. They have the advantage. St. George with the up and under. But it goes out on the full on that occasion. No, it's still alive. And of course, Rewa. Big shot coming from the Northland defense. Wow, that was an impressive passage of play from both teams, Koli.
Iya kan dia natuto konto na kana kuko ni gitu Robert tu na mata timirua arendal wan tinta kana buku ni kai ken apa kabatan lagi na kana maitan reto ko na non tutus ken tutus so mata timirua.
Both teams pushing and shoving. There's nothing in this final. It's a great game to watch. Grassroots rugby at its very best, and of course, Dan Lingairi leading by example for this Northland pack. As they go for the shortened line out. Domolailai with all his experience. Wins it once again. Northland with the ball. Goes for the cutout pass. Using their forwards once again. The 1-2-3 combination of Northland have been very impressive. Getting the ball, breaking the line. Setting themselves a platform behind the advantage line, which always gives them the edge. Rewa would want to be careful.
Knox Rabiwas, huh?
Good shot from the Rewa defense, but Knox manages to get the ball just back on the game line. Northland back. Nice. Oh, very impressive. Yeah. Unfortunately, the pass didn't go to hand. It is an advantage to Rewa. Now, this is their chance. Take momentum back from this Northland pack. Big shot coming in from... is that Lingairi again? I think it's Lingairi again. And yes, he has stayed down.
Sanjana.
That Rewa players, back on his feet. These 1, 2, and 3. Jeremiah Nakulevu, yeah. Dan Lingairi and Knox. They are by far the most impressive forwards in the Vodafone Vanua Championship. Their defense, their attack, their ability to make the tackle, make the break, get the ball moving forward is very impressive, Koli.
Kan dia todo kamu o sarap to teman na natarana polo den lingire. Berto mana mata timin re orto nanu men takap mo kan gitu ni forwards. Ngari dan na buku ni backline ni porta ko ya. Kono na bota kalang ko na mawi kan ni matau. Manitoso aduru da geroan enantu na buno ya. Ngo na mata kali katalang kabarta ka na kota final. Koli ya do Roberto Lisco raw kin mati ni Northland.
As we see Knox getting some medical attention, he's had a good first half, very impressive. Both teams could use a break. It's been non-stop. It's very hot and humid today at Lawaqa. Great day for awesome grassroots rugby. And of course, no better place to be for the Vodafone Vanua Championship final between these two great teams, both making it through to the Skipper Cup next season, Koli.
Kandi na todo ko iya mata tim Northland merto nang gangaro tel tunga ene buki ningito itu we erto na leotol din itu me berto na tolu na forwards ni mata tim ni Northland itu talanga na tolu korto wondo bulti ko mata tim ni Rewa korto na number 3 we walangi abatalingkin na watake o walangi abatalingkin na we takautini watake apeni sandeve.
Big push coming from Rewa on that occasion, and of course I think they've won the ball on the tight head. They have possession, yes, they've taken momentum back. Northland weren't expecting it. Still advantage to Rewa. Northland defense still holding. Free play to Rewa. And it's another misfired take from Northland this time, but it is a penalty to Rewa right on the halfway. I don't think the Rewa kicker has the range to take it from halfway, but he is going to give it a shot. This is, of course, the final. It's right on the halfway line, about 10 meters from the center of the park. There is a Northland player that's down injured. We'll have to hold up for that. And of course, we've had a great season of the Vodafone Vanua Championship, Koli. So many great teams coming through, and of course, so many great games.
Iya kan dia na todo ko. May baka anda kaya baka mabdoriterlis tal juga nang gito ruta ka cuma mati timi rongo sa ruta. Ken na mabamurito matang man gito. Sa baka din takasranga usa kila ni rawan ni rona duruta ke rurom mayroon na mati timi rongo. Ina buko ning gito binaka rubarta ka. Iya en ako ning gito rubarta cuma mati timi ruan din ni sa may winot yo Northland Rewa Northland. Iya na bunongo meron nang ganggarno sa rena buko ni talalay. Kaya batalaki non discipline meron tangomaka marwa meron ni ruturwata ken nanganga anis kunikwa.
That's so true, Koli. Discipline, a critical part of winning any game. And my apologies, it's 52 meters on the fly. Gets the distance. Does he have the accuracy? No, just to the left of the uprights. Good effort, but they're very unfortunate. Could not close the gap. It's still 13-7 to Northland. Both teams starting to tire just a little bit. Looking forward to the halftime break. It's been an intense first half. Nothing in it. Nice high hanging kick. Gets it around the halfway line. Pressure coming through. Yeah, ref says play on. I thought the Rewa player lost it, but no. Good defense from the Northland pack. They're setting up for a maul. Rewa will want to clear the ball quickly. It's on the halfway line, looking for the big runners, and that is some solid defense from Northland, driving Rewa back, not allowing them to get over the game line. Yes, Rewa with the ball, but they're way behind the advantage line, and pressure coming through from Northland. That was good pressure from Northland on the way. Yeah, lets the ball bounce. Near the 22. Want to clear the ball, still in play. Manages to beat the first tackle, goes for the chip and chase, but it's out on the full. A lot of missed kicks this afternoon, Koli.
Iya kan dia natutoko berto na mata tim ni Rewa ke baka erto na ndike boto tolo na tikina ya. Ena buku ni mulmulumu ni zange singa ni ya tusar kebatalangkin na nutu reida na ken na lok manikina na mata ni zange kebatalangkin na bombo tini rere bu cumbe berto na rarangko ko yang don na sana kerto na don merto na reida merani erto na babinatak.
Much bigger ground, Lawaqa. Both teams are just trying to adjust to the conditions, as Domlolai calls it. Just misses it. Rewa now with the opportunity. It's going to be an advantage to Northland. Let's see what the referee says. Yes, it is a knock-on from the line-out. It wasn't straight, so it will be a line-out to Rewa. And of course, both coaches will want to note at halftime the misfired kicks, because it is starting to make it difficult for teams to gain momentum, build the phases. A lot of broken field play. As Rewa have the advantage for the scrum near the 10-meter line. Northland pack dominated the first few scrums, but Rewa came back. Big push coming from Northland, but they can't. Yeah, Rewa coming in, looking to try and get the advantage. Ref says play on. No penalty just yet. Opts for the dummy runner. There is space. They have the overlap. He needs to get the pass away. Couldn't get the pass. Good defense from Northland, but Rewa on the 10-meter line. Big push coming from the Northland defense. This is where Rewa need to be careful. They can't allow Northland to gang tackle their runners. Clearing the ball out quickly. Looks to be a hint of a shepherd, but the ref says play on. A lot of pressure coming through. Rewa a bit disorganized. And he's on the wrong side. Yes, that was unfortunate. Tried to take the quick tap, unfortunately. Ref says no, it's just going to be a penalty, not a knock-on. Yeah, there was a bit of a rush of blood to the head from the scrum half for Northland. Vasua. Sorry, the scrum half who's also the fly half, Mulevoro, who's also playing scrum half. So multi-talented Northland players this afternoon for the final. All hands on deck as they have the advantage midway between the 22 and the 10.
Doon na po na meron na rito ng matitim ni Rewa, meron manggaro no sa vakavinaka, na nanuto sa sangat ito mengo na matitim ni Northland, nanuto tangke, line out, meron toko bola katang na line squad, ko na po naruto rin ita na foods, may vakavinaka, aran niruto litambag kina squad. Ko na po no, ando meron na rito na matirema.
That's another missed line out. Rewa with the advantage. It's their second line out. Northland have not been able to secure in the attacking zone. Rewa looking for space and options on the open side. There is a bit of space, but the defense from Northland gets there. Hint of a shoulder charge from the number 13 from Northland. Ref says play on. Rewa still with the ball. They're outside their 22. They need men to try and get the ball out. They're going for the one-off runners. They're on the wrong side of the park. Good pressure coming from Northland on that occasion. That's what happens when you gamble. Northland fell off to sleep, and of course, they have the ball back, Northland. Another high kick, chases it himself. That looks to be a knock-on from Rewa, but it is a penalty to Rewa, offside from Northland. None of the players went back. Yeah, all of them were just standing there waiting for the action. As you can see, fatigue starting to take its toll in the first half, Koli.
Iya kan dina todo kung gondo na puna merto na rin na matitim ni Northland. Apatan lagi na matitim ni Rewa na binagat sigurto na totolo sigurto. Ranir to dito buating ko na matitim ni Northland karon ni na ito nangauna artusan na sini Rewa tamikin na ilawag ni kito ko bepaka sa rin ni sa pafaw Mai. Merto na foje.
Because this is Lawaqa Park, yeah? It's a massive stadium, it's a massive ground, very impressive. One of the bigger grounds that Fiji Rugby uses for their matches, and of course home to the mighty Stallions. And today it is home to the Vodafone Vanua Championship, as Rewa have the penalty just outside the 22. Coaches will be noting down at halftime that the tap and go does not really help you. It hurts you, especially when you're on the wrong side of the park. Shortened line out, secured by the Rewa forwards. Looking for runners. Sending it through the back, set piece play, looking for the overlap, 2-on-1. Needs to get the ball away, tries to get it away, had the hands free, unfortunately. That was a nice play from the Rewa backline. Very good play, but unfortunately just could not get enough space. There was great defense from Northland. The Rewa backs manages to get the ball through the hands, and of course looking for the extra runner on the wing. Unfortunately, could not get the pass away in time. Northland defense doing very well, and now they have the scrum just inside their 22. They'll want to clear the ball very quickly, Northland. They don't like playing the ball in this part of the park. This is the danger area for them. This is where mistakes are made and tries are scored against them, so they'll want to clear it out very quickly. And of course, they have a really, really talented halfback in Vasua, and big push coming from Rewa. Ref says play on. And yes, it is a penalty to Rewa. Good pressure coming through from that on that occasion. Northland not sure what the problem was. Bit of pushing and shoving, bit of frustration from Northland. I couldn't really pick what the infringement was, Koli, but The ref said it was very clear, holding on to the ball. So now Rewa with the penalty, I think they should go for the 3.
Ya kandi na tuto ko. Kung na meron na rin na ito na mata timi ni Rewa and bombimbi and bukun ni non to rin ito na nabidala lesor to the kaba. Ya dapat na balibu ni Rewa ni ruto edoro to Mai kina sana ni mata timi ni Northland.
Matata, the number 5 for Rewa, firing up his troops, trying to get Northland frustrated as there's a bit of an injury to one of the Rewa players. As Deve lines it up, this will probably be his easiest kick of the last 3. He's got 1 from 3 this afternoon, just outside the 22, got the distance. Yeah, doesn't have the accuracy. He's not having a good day with the boot, Deve. Will this come back to haunt Rewa because they've missed 3 solid opportunities? 12 points have been lost with 3 missed penalties. Quick kick out from Northland, trying to catch Rewa napping. Just around the halfway, the old-fashioned up and under. Only 1 defender there. Lets it bounce. Thought it might go out on the full. St. George was hoping it would go out on the full, but now the line out to Northland, and their line out hasn't functioned as good as it was in the semi-final and quarter-final, Koli.
Kandi na tuto ko. Retal tungan na presa ning kitong ko or retal tungan bisa non to line out na matatimin ni Northland isinga ni may tuto ko saray na ko nga ni presa ning kito dasarabat ko ni singa ni kuwa matatimin ni Northland kaya bagor to na pinagkata merto na rotan kan singa ni kuwa merto turo pa malua garto pa muringan na to lakolako ni kito en singa ni kuwa meraw ni rito na rawatakina na matatimin ni Rewa. Matimin Rewa anto na kanan to sa tolta sa tungan nang kito ano to sa nga merto na Okotova na matatimin ni Northland.
Not the cleanest of takes, gets the ball out quickly, and it is half-time here for the Vodafone Vanua Championship. It is a very narrow lead to Northland. Both teams going into the shed after a great first half of rugby. Northland 13, Rewa 7. Half-time at Lawaqa Park on Mai TV. Very good afternoon, warm welcome back for the second half. Last 40 minutes of the Vodafone Vanua Championship between 2 of the best. Northland leading Rewa in the first half, 13 points to 7. With me once again, the one and only former bus from Toulon, Koli.
Ya sebenarnya ketutupan tinan nairere gitu ro bertatu nama titi merua kapatalan kina na kukuwa ro untuk isulia karan dapat ditintakan na buku ni kaya rumah imbitu tokana mata ni mama en tidi katol tukana mata timi Northland imbitu tukana mata timi Rewa wata ka usar cukup orang gitu.
Great take from the fullback from Rewa that time, looking for space on the open side. Good flat line of defense coming up from Northland. Rain just starting to come down just a little bit, and it is a penalty to Rewa. They want to set themselves early in the second half. Tap and go from that on that occasion. Not going 10 meters, so ref says it's an advantage. Another 10 meters to Rewa for a high tackle. And I think they'll go for the 3-pointer. Koli, great first half of rugby. Northland using their big forwards once again to establish themselves a decent lead in the first half.
Kandi na todo ko ya nabuno talangan ko randa na may rirakin na narangi may indeve en no na to boleto may na maui kin matau yongo ndabon to sur tunga na lomandonu ni rara kapatalan kina ka ranin mbasuk sa tunga na mama ni mata nabuno solto kin ko na tutongi ya waro to merton na rangi ya ke bukan na dur na rangi gori sanra na ko tataga na kai kirawa en natini.
This will be a much easier kick for Deve. He had a mixed bag in the first half with his penalties, but they were from some of the most difficult positions I've ever seen. This will be a lot easier. Get his confidence up in the second half if he gets it. Yeah, strokes it through nicely, and yes, unfortunate, another missed opportunity. That'll be 15 points that Rewa have given away through missed penalties this afternoon in this final. May come back to bite them, Koli.
Ya kan dia natuto ko umbutan ni Torre na sa na matitim ni Rewa na mulmu nabukungan ni kenasol chung ni tutongi umbutan ran ni Ruto la baka sa matatal na ibon dita ran ni Ruto ka ba meron ni Ruto point dikin.
Long raking kick from Northland. Rewa get it, looking for options for a line out, but they miss out, and that is a mistake that Rewa were looking for. That is a very rare mistake from this very, very talented Northland first 5, who's had a great tournament Koli, Mulevoro, he's been one of the most impressive players for the Vodafone Vanua Championship.
Ia kan jadi todo ko me pagkatalangan na luto ni Pola, randa na bagila tulungan na bukungan ni kana sami mir malo tel tung may nautango en nararango lawang ka karon na bagila tel tungan si sin Polo gondo talangan na bunua merto sana tiga bure tel tung na mati merua en na bukun ni kana tauri wawina na Polo me ka ko ni luto.
Rewa with the early opportunity in the first half. This will be a scrum right on the 22. They've got acres of space on the open side, but they've decided to place a set, please move. Runners coming from all direction. Very soft pass. Manages to fight his way to the 22-meter line. Rewa on the advantage. Northland defense has been set nicely. Big push coming from the Northland pack. Trying to get Rewa back, but Northland unable to. Rewa still with possession. They're going down the open side. They have the defense there, so they'll need to reset quickly. Northland forwards not getting sucked into the ruck. Rewa getting the ball. It's a bit slow and they have lost it. This is Northland's opportunity. Manages to bust the first. Second takes 4 men to get him down. Leading by example, the Northland captain. Domalai with the pass now once again. Good soft hands from the forwards. Northland with the grabber. Rewa have the fullback. Yes, he manages to get across, but that was good defense from Northland, turning it into attack very quickly, Koli.
Ia kan dia todo ko tuto kan tina na wal ni gitu tu bertu cuma gora mati tim Rewa tu tos to me malua ron ni erto tos mai ken na line ni sen na aya san ni rara bertu na mata tim ni Northland. Oh, siang mati tim ni Northland.
Rewa will need to be extra careful, not allow Northland to get the ball. Nice high line out. Everyone's fighting for it. Northland with possession. Rewa will be disappointed. That was a lost opportunity to clear the ball. Now Northland with the ball. Possession using their big forwards. Lingari takes it up strongly. Their pods are setting once again. Northland. Rewa defense needs to get very organized quickly. They need to get the ball back. Ref has a look. Says yes, play on. They're on the 22-meter line now, Northland. This is where they're at their most dangerous, when they're using their forwards to build the phases. Rewa defense needs to be very, very careful. Pushing through inch by inch the Northland pack. Fighting their way for every centimeter. Using their pods. Domalai once again gets the ball. But it is a penalty to Rewa. Sealing, not allowing the ball to come out, not allowing Rewa fighting chances. Maybe a mistake for Rewa. They do take the tap, but we'll see how it goes. They have possession. Ref says play on. Good tackle coming in from the Northland defense. Rewa with the ball, but they're just outside their 22, and the Northland defense has reset. This is energy sapping stuff for Northland and Rewa as we get one of the Northland forwards over the ball. Rewa with possession, but they're on their 10-meter line. Yes, ref says play on. He did have his hands on the ball. Very slow reaction time from the Rewa halfback. And I think Northland have possession. Yes, they do. And they're getting it through to the open side. They have momentum as a Rewa player is injured. One-on-one. Tries to bust his way through the tackles. Manages to keep possession just outside the 22. Fight for the ball. Ref says play on. No, he is coming back for the penalty, playing the ball on the ground. It is a penalty to Northland, yes. The Rewa defense did not allow the ball to be released. Call must have come from the linesman because the referee was a bit hesitant. Northland will just slow it down, turn the screws a little bit more, frustrate Rewa. Mulevoro with the ball, looking for the line out. Northland line out, 1 from 4 in the first half. They'll want to secure this one early. This is where Lingairi is really dangerous, close to the combat lines, near the try line. This is where he picks his runs, so watch out for him. If they do use the forwards, Northland. Rewa defense right on their try line. They'll really want to stop this quickly. They're trying to sack the line out, Rewa. They do so successfully. So Northland will have to reset. Rewa forwards not getting, there we go. This is the strength of Northland, the pick and drive. using their big forwards to slowly rumble the ball up. Centimeter by centimeter, Northland. Rewa defense needs to do something quickly. Trying to push back, trying to make it difficult. That was a good tackle from the Rewa defense, but Northland still have the ball on the 5-meter line. Domalalai stopped. Rewa defense holding. Northland resetting with their big forwards. Slowly chipping away at the Rewa defense. But Rewa have come prepared. Once again with the pods. This time the backs are getting involved for Northland. They have a massive open side and about 2 men overlap if they take the ball through the backs. But they don't do that. That's what Northland is famous for, using their forwards to rumble the ball. And yes, it is a penalty. Killing the ball on the ground. Quick take from the prop from Northland. And I think, no, has to take it from the mark. Rewa lucky. They weren't ready that time. Lingairi with the ball once again. He's about centimeters short. The ref is trying to have a look. And yes, it is a try. They have extended their lead through Dan Lingairi, Northland. This is going to be a hammer blow to Rewa.
Yeah.
They weren't expecting this. Who's the try scorer? One of their line-out jumpers. And Northland extend their lead. 18 points to 7 early in the second half, Koli.
Ia kanti na todo ko reta tiko na ilakolako ni kito ko me pakasanta reta tiko na kawa e tiko berto na forwards ni mata tim ni Northland ngona na berto na reta tiko na mata tim ni Rewa e na ken na raw ni rito na wabinatang me na tatang maki e na ken na tatang maki tiko na forwards ni mata tim ni Northland e na ken na singbote tiko ni na kapatalaki na ken na takosobi tiko na len squad ni signi kwa may tabagi ratal tiko na squad ya waro me tangi gori o
Malakai Vasua.
St. George.
Oh, St. George taking the kick. He'll take it just, it'll be about 20 meters out. Just to the left. Slight angle, no wind. Gives it a nice, easy chip. And of course, very successful once again. Northland extend their lead 20 points to 7. As you can see, Koli, it's going to be more and more difficult for Rewa to come back into this match. They need to score next and do so very quickly.
Ia kanti na todo ko mati tim Rewa e ke kamera to na kanti tak ko nila ko ngi to protection na mati bi mama kana di bagitiko na foji lele ni mati tim ni Northland meron ni reto na wakilaman na vengoda karaw merto na tak sobra kina lain skoa ya reto ko na punongo sarto le Rewa ital tiko en nabukun ni walwal ni ngito sen na ringi to protection na mati tim ni Northland.
Long kick. Northland have the ball just outside their 22. They will want to not get it out on the full. Goes for the chip and chase because they have a bit of space. Rewa now with possession. The up and under. Pressure coming through. Good communication for the Northland pack. They're really operating like a well-oiled machine, Northland, at this stage of the final. And it is a penalty for the late shot. Players are upset. You got to give space for the kicker and, of course, the catcher. Ref just explaining to Rewa that they were offside that time. And as you can see, Koli, Northland getting into a rhythm.
Yeah. Rada tungko na nakukuha kay na ngito may pakanir to sa rada tungko na matitim ni Northland ni sa ati kabutare to chumanota arto sa kila na ken ay wale na foi to na foi wa merto na dagaba meraw nirto na rawa tutongi kina ka me baka sandar rito kong gori kan sul berton tutongi sa tang gori waro merton na biri enando na line out.
And now Northland with the line out just short of the Rewa 10-meter line. They have the advantage. Lingairi needs a ball. Got to get it in play. Northland just building on the momentum that they have. The Malalai with the, but no, ref says it wasn't straight. Unfortunate error from Northland on that occasion. Rewa now with another opportunity just outside the halfway line.
Wow.
They'll need to get a try very quickly to get back into this match. 2 converted tries and they have the lead, Rewa. Not since early in the first half have Rewa looked that dangerous. Feed to Rewa. Ball's a bit static. Goes for the up and under. Look for the late shot. Ref says play on.
Wow.
Miss kick from the Northland defense. Pressure coming through from Rewa. They have a man back there. Let's see what the referee says. I think he's calling a knock on. But that was an unfortunate mistake from Northland. Ref has a smile on his face. Pressure game this final. Having a little meeting with the linesman to see what the story is. I think it could have been a possibility of a try.
Yep.
The ref will want to be sure. Let's see what he says. And I think he's going to award the try to Rewa Koli, and they're back in the match.
Wow.
Just what Rewa needed to get them back into this one. It's 20 points to 12 against the run of play. Northland, complacent, knew they had the lead, made a terrible mistake in defense. Rewa took advantage of the opportunity, and a try scored to the number 13, Wame Ngaluvutu. And of course, Rewa are back in this match, 20 points to 12, Koli. Just what Rewa needed.
Ya kan dia natuto ko rin ko nanonood to mga tabi nakachuna nanonood to tolo na matitimin ni Rewa ka batalaki na number en wambo ta sa ribo wal sar wal na durbong ko mi pa na matitimin ni Northland kono na singa ni nama kana na dito man durbong ni Rewa ya may muri kena tutol ko tumay round nili tambakaro kin na score.
Yes, yeah, it gets the conversion, 20 points to 14. And of course, those 12 points that Deve missed earlier through the 4 penalties, will it come back to bite Rewa later on in this match? Northland slowly trudging their way up to the halfway line. They didn't want to let Rewa back into the game this early. It's amazing how a simple mistake can lead to a change in momentum, Koli.
Iya kan dia natuto ko. Rito ko na nakukuha ni Naruto tatang magchum ng matatim ni Northland kaya na mulay wala nga kung lewa mo na kinanutos ko ng matatim ni Rewa.
That was a beautiful kick from Northland. Rewa get the ball just over the 10-meter line. They'll want to clear it out quickly. Deve with the long raking kick. Doesn't want it to go out. Good take from Northland. Men there. Tries to go for the run. Good defense from Rewa. Northland have space on the halfway line. Rewa defense resets. Northland with possession on the halfway. Lingairi again. Taking the ball up strongly. Northland with men. Opts for the one-off runner. Good defense coming in from Rewa. Bit of momentum shifting to Rewa. After that try, and yes, the penalty to Rewa on the halfway line.
Rewa is on fire.
Rewa is on fire. They go for the quick tap, but no, the ref says come back. Not taken from the mark.
That's too fast.
Too fast. They need to slow it down, get the line out, and build some pressure. As you can see, the Rewa team trying to calm things down. A lot of pressure. This is a final. Everything to play for. Last game of the season. Deve with possession. This is a good decision from Rewa. Get the ball into Northland's half. He's got a good boot on him, this boy. Taken just outside the 22. Rewa with the line out. Northland's line out hasn't functioned as well as it did in the semi and the quarters. Rewa just sniffing a chance. A little change in momentum. They have a new line out thrower. Tuimasi Naimawi. Have I got it right, Koli?
Iyo.
All right. Good take from Rewa. This is what brought them to this final. It's an advantage for a high shot. He fights his way through to the advantage line. Rewa with the free play. They have the ball. Northland defense coming through. Ref still playing advantage. Misfired pass. Great take. Good defense coming from Northland, but the penalty still stands. It's right in front of the post, just outside the 22. If I was Deva, I'd go straight for the post. As the Rewa captain tries to calm nerves, tries to get everybody back on track. This is a final. They're going for points. And yes, they do point to the uprights. This will be one of Deva's easier chances. But we have a new kicker coming on for the Rewa team, number 21. Lesi Bulai, who's had a great tournament, coming in as a second half substitute for Rewa. And of course, his kicking percentages averages over 74% for the tournament. And of course, we're looking forward to him really stamping his mark in the second half with his first kick. And of course, getting Rewa that much closer to Northland in the Vodafone Vanua Championship final, Koli.
Apa mo tani lututal na polo ya? Ando na kan natutukan ni nanuto ureda to kan ilalalo ni gitu ngomati tim Rewa.
Runs out of time, has to rush the kick unfortunately. He won't be happy with that. He's had a very good, very high percentage of successful kicks in the tournament. But Northland survived that that raid, maintained their 20-14 lead. But you can see there's a big switch in momentum, and of course, Rewa are now bringing on one of the most impressive players I think it's Vuimbao or Tuisue, who's had a great tournament for the Vodafone Vanua Championship, a really good kicker, excellent with the boot, has the ball now, bit of a hospital pass, putting Deve under a bit of pressure, but he does have the ball in the Northland defense, hasn't come up yet. Kicks charged down, so it's play on. Bit of a chip and chase from the prop for Northland. He knew he didn't have the legs. Rewa back in possession. Ref says play on. This is where Rewa are most dangerous, when the play is broken. Rushing defense from Northland. Tries to get the ball away. Still alive. Northland just want to keep it away from these backs. Manages to beat the first. There's open space for Rewa. Goes for the chip and chase. The Mulivoro there calling for the mark. Ref says yes. Smart play from the Northland number 10. He was under tremendous pressure. Northland are bringing in their most potent attacking weapons in the first half. Into Isue. Goes for the crossfield kick. Doesn't mess around with it. Wants to get it out of the danger zone. No, it is not out on the full. He was inside the 22. I agree with the linesman. Rewa a bit frustrated. But St. George knew where he was. And he played it very well, and that relieves the pressure on Northland. But as you can see, Koli, Rewa starting to bring in their big guns with Tuisue now on the field.
Iya, orto na impact orto durmen ko na matitim ni Rewa ang na puno merto na ritan ko na matitim ni Northland orto usara na katutolo kabatalan kina orto usara nga na chikong ni matitim ni Rewa orto sang kay durmen ko.
Nice throw. Ref says play on. It went straight. Rewa want to get the ball out of their danger zone. High hanging kick near the halfway. Good take from Northland. Manages to break the first, second, third. Looks for the offload. Domalelai with possession, but he gets wrapped up by the defense very quickly. They're midway between the 10 and the 22. Northland, this is a good opportunity for them. Unfortunately, Lingari couldn't take it on that occasion. Ref says no, it's not play on, it is a knock on. Dan Lingari has had a great tournament, Koli. Unfortunately, just missed the catch on that occasion.
Iya kan din ito ko mo usara na kena ya bombotan ni nabuno yang tuntun merto na redo ko na matatim ni Northland na tutulungan ni nonruto bididia kana polo katala kina na kena rotelangan ni neleya to na ka luto na polo ngo na puno tuntun merto sana turbo ko malutiko nangono ko na matatim ni Northland me pakandir tu saliuti ko nangono ko rusu ngobulu tin ka bati ko na matatim ni Rewa.
As Knox and Dan take a well-earned rest. They've had a great Vodafone Vanua Championship. Fresh legs on the field for Northland. And there is an injury, so we'll take a very short break. Allow both teams to get the water going. While it's not a sunny day as we would expect in Lawanga, it is really humid today, Koli.
Iyo untuk matang nakapinaka pero na matitimi Rewa na buko ni rarake de rongi tu mekina rosanga meso tapong ko indo na rarabinaka patalakin havira na matitimi ni Rewa ay rento bito ko nito nakan non malaunde en non may toko na tiko non matitimi ni sigani ko wa resultal tu ko na scrum anto na levu ningo ni rangol itu may Rewa patalakin na ayan nanto bito ko ni may na matitimi ni Northland
Rewa with the scrum. Just outside their 22. They'll want to clear the ball quickly. This is the danger zone. Good take from Olivoro.
Anjena.
He manages to get the ball just inside the 22. This is advantage for Northland. But yes, it is advantage to Rewa. Quick tap. Taken out after the kick. Ref's going to call the penalty.
There was Bula,
that was just, even I agree with the ref. We need to give it a minute. Yeah, too many things happening at once. Mulivoro takes the ball, he gets tackled. Rewa get the ball, late tackle. Woo! Soon the ref gonna yellow card the linesman.
Totoo din na nilako ni gito ko. Yo obo mutan tungan original tungan nilako ni gito la tungo na singini ko. Ando na ka ino men na enre na tayo men ko sampu palangi. Na buku ni bitan na ilako ni gito portati ko. Ka round ni limbo to ko serve ko na pola maybe Mulivoro.
Yeah, so it looks like taking the play out after the kick. Yeah, the ref has had a great game today, and of course that is warrant for a yellow card. So Northland down to 10 men, may soccer. Down to 14 men for the next 10 minutes, Koli. And this is just what Rewa wanted.
Iya, kan dia na todo ko nakasarang arto sanga chung mati tim ni Rewa. Iyo orto sanga chung merto no bukan ditegir to mepaka nangono tin kabati ko iyo si Rewa ni rto na raw ka en nangono ke baka arto no tambakan to no squad ang giduru.
Almost had it on that occasion, the Northern winger, but Bulai has had a great tournament as an impact player for Rewa. And this is a great opportunity for Rewa to get some more points on the board. They're about 10 meters out from the Northland try line. Advantage to Rewa. They have a man advantage. They have momentum. But they're going to call the scrum for the knock-on, which gives Rewa the advantage. As we see the Northland winger, who unfortunately could not get the ball, Peter Wilson. That was just a mistimed kick, and luck was on the side of Rewa. And when you have momentum, luck goes your way, and this is Rewa's chance to try and cut into that lead that Northland have built in the first half. Northland with the fresh pack. Knox and Lingairi for Northland are off. They have fresh players on the field. So do have Rewa. They've brought in their impact players early for this final. Rewa attack set all the way. Their winger is all the way near the outline on the far side. Big push coming from Rewa, looking to try and get an advantage. Ref says play on. Yes, Rewa have the advantage. They have a free play. I'm thinking cross-field kick for the winger who's standing way on the other side if they get the ball out of the forwards. They also have a new halfback. Pressure coming from Northland, that rush defense. Pushes Rewa back, doesn't allow them to get a set piece, but they still have advantage, Rewa. Big defense coming in from Northland, trying to hold this Rewa team back. Not allow them to get over the advantage line. As you can see on your screen, the Rewa winger is right on the far side. And of course, the ref does come back after no advantage. It is another Rewa penalty. And as you can see, Koli, Rewa with the momentum and of course an opportunity to eat into that Northland lead.
Iya, kan dia to ko. Matatim ni Rewa merton na vital no binagsara en nabukun ni kena soliti ko na scrum go ka raw merton na sanga merton na barita ka serton na panatay ken ndun na ibandi meron nirton na takosobra ken na lines ko ni Northland.
Northland had early dominance with the scrums in the first half. Rewa have come back fighting, not allowing this big Northland pack any opportunity to dominate the set piece. Domalaila is in there trying to get his forwards fired up. Hold out Rewa, not allow them to get another try. This is what the Vodafone Vanua Championship is all about. Awesome running rugby and great defense. Big push coming from the Rewa pack, trying to get the advantage. A Northland prop pops up, and yes, it is another penalty to Rewa. Rewa forwards very happy with themselves. They want to have another scrum. Northland pack starting to tire. They've lost two of their most senior forwards, Knox and Lingairi. And another forward for Northland is down after that last scrum. He doesn't look at all happy. That's the number 3. Jeremiah, his head came up very quickly in the last scrum, and he looks very uncomfortable. Just getting a look from the medical team. Rewa with their heads up, they're happy with their last 5 minutes of play. They have momentum back. They have another scrum coming. Yeah, Jeremiah gets up, backs for another scrum. Rewa will want to push again, try and get dominance. And of course, the Rewa forwards have really come into the second half, Koli.
Iya, kanti na todo ko rito ko na ilalalaw ni scrum rito berto juga na matitim ni Rewa. Tu sarau ni bukan titegir to ni round ni rito na pilira kan na nono tu scrum na matitim ni Northland. Na puno talang ko na rin na kamerto na ba ko kumikin na matitim ni Northland. Meron ni rito tagumaka na nono tuloy tambakan na sko na matitim ni Rewa.
Bragging rights for whoever wins the Vodafone Vanua Championship heading into the Skipper Cup next season. Another big push, but it is a penalty to Northland. Jeremiah, who was earlier injured for Northland, that prop, the number 3 on your screen, did really well. The Rewa pack illegally trying to get themselves a penalty, but the kick doesn't go out. Mistake from Northland. Rewa with the ball. Looking for runners on the open side. Unfortunately, makes a mistake, and now Northland with possession on the halfway. They need a halfback, Northland. Gets the ball out. Mulivoro looking for space on the open side between the wing and the fullback. And I think it went out, and it might be a line out to Northland. Yes! Mistake from Deve. He looks a bit confused and upset, and he should be, because he should have just let the ball go out. That was a mistake from Deve. And now Northland with the line out on the 22. Ref just checking to make sure. But I think the linesman has got it right. He was out when he tried to play the ball and put it back in.
Iya. Kanji na todo ko.
Northland taking momentum away from Rewa. Few questions being asked on the last scrum, but the ref explaining to the Rewa pack that they did come in illegally from the side at an angle and pushed upwards, which you're not allowed to do. Jeremiah held the scrum very well for Northland at number 3. And thanks to his efforts, Northland are on attack in the Rewa 22. They're opting for the full line out, Northland. Good take. Ref says play on. Ball was straight. They set up for the drive. Rewa pack has not set up, so Northland are moving. Taking it slowly. Mulevora pushing the forwards. Rewa is offside. They need to get back on side quickly. Northland reset once again, fighting their way to the midway point of the 10 and the 22. Finally goes to ground. Ref says play on. No advantage. I thought Rewa may have sacked that maul, but no. It went down on its own. And this is where Northland are deadly. Setting their pods. Setting it up once again. Rewa defense comes up quickly. Sacks it nicely, but they're still on the advantage and they still have possession. Northland with the ball. Another pod. Another drive. Taking it another few meters. Rewa defense is smart, not being sucked in. They're in the center of the park, Northland, with options on both sides. And yes, it is a penalty to Rewa. Good defense from the Rewa number 7. As Rewa now go for the tap and go. They have space, they have players. They have the option. Hospital pass, unfortunately.
Unang ko merto na rin na matitim nila may pagkanir to tong ko na nuto yasin rarang ko na matitim ni Northland na rin na kamerto ng ganggar rin na kasi ko na buko nuto dito pakata na polo na kena maru rin na polo patalan kena solid ko na pasi rin na pasi solia buko lucia seranga na non na dengu na buko ni non nuto sa sangata katumay ya kaya pasi nga vakavinaka pasi ko dolo kaya ndo ni rongo.
Yeah, Tuisue with a bit of goal line fever. Unfortunately, he saw the gap before he sent the pass. And that was an unfortunate mistake, and now Northland back with the line out. Inside the 10-meter line of Rewa. Northland opting once again for a full scrum. They've spread their backs all over the park. There's lots of space if they take it through the backs. Line out is not good. Rewa back with possession. Free play for Rewa. Opts for the looping kick. Bit of a mistake from Northland. He manages to clean up before Tuisue gets there. Tuisue riding across into the ground. Defense comes through for Rewa, trying to win the ball back, but they have a bit of space. Domalelai with the ball, beats the first, gets taken by the second on the halfway line. Northland will reset. Rewa defense has reset. There's no one at the back for Rewa if Northland take the ball and decide to go for the kick, but they use their big forwards once again. The fullback for Rewa finally gets back there. There was an opportunity for Northland if they had gone for the chip and chase, but no, they're going through their backs, and that's a hospital pass and a good take. Rewa now on the ball with the attack. Defense comes through. Rewa with possession. Northland defense gets in through. It is an advantage, and then it's a penalty to Rewa. Opts for the tap and go. Tries to catch the Northland defense. Northland defense is there, but they're inside the 22 Rewa. There's lots of space on the open side if Rewa decide to go there, but they take it through their forwards. The rush defense of Northland comes up once again on the blind side. They have men on the overlap. Rewa, Northland defense a bit skinny on the open side. Ref says play on. I think Northland have won the ball. No, Rewa secure possession midway between the 22 and the try line. Runners coming through, big runners, but of course the defense from Northland holding. There's lots of space on the open side if Northland can, if Rewa can get the ball across. Northland defense holding its static ball, opts for the dummy, doesn't get bought by the defense. Rewa will need a halfback, manages to get the ball away, fights to the 5-meter line. Rewa on attack, Northland defense moving backwards. This is Rewa's opportunity to get back into this match. They're meters away, but 1.5 meters away, big push coming from Rewa. Northland defense holding, resetting nicely. Rewa with the advantage, they have the opportunity. Looking for the try line, using their forwards, but there's so much space on the open side for Rewa if they decide to take it. But they push with their forwards, and now they're less than a meter away, Rewa. This is their chance to get back into this final. Domalelai needs to get out of there, otherwise the ref will call an advantage. Rewa slowly trudging the ball up millimeter by millimeter, and he goes for the try. I think it's a try. Koli! Rewa are back in this final.
Sanjina.
Rewa forwards extremely happy with that one. That was a great work try by their forward pack, and they're back in it. And it looks like the ref will also just have a quick chat to the linesman just to confirm the try. But Rewa think they've scored, and I think they are right. But the ref is going over to the linesman just to have a quick chat. Yes, the try is awarded. And of course, that was great patience shown by the Rewa pack, Koli.
Iya kan dia na todo ko kan dia na nailako ni gitu to berta cuma mati tim Rewa ayo na ayan nailako ni gitu nonton merto berta kan mati tim ni Northland na kan to ngito forward ayo arto sa pagka di pagka cuma mati tim ni Northland arto sa kilan arto sa wata arto sa kilan saran nito kita kata arto forward around nili tambagi kina na square.
They're lining this one up. He hasn't had the best of days with these boots, but this will probably be his most important kick of the season. It's a 1-point difference. Northland still leading. Let's see how he goes. Has the distance pressure coming through from Northland. Gets it through, and it's 21-20. Rewa with a 1-point lead. Koli. Northland were trudging along very nicely. at 20 points to 7, and Rewa have fought back.
Iya kan din todo ko tutokon din na nuto turo pa malutong mengo na mata tim ni Rewa na iwala ni gito na lakolako ni gito raw meruto litang bakar tarkin nesko kapatalan kina na iwan dir to berta tuko uri to kono to takap cuma tim ni Rewa na nuto pedi dia ka ruto pesta ka cuma polo mawi matau kartu libo kota kina na mata tim ni Northland raw meruto polo tarokina na nuto foja na mata tim ni Northland.
Nice high kick from Northland. They're very unhappy. They've let a 20-point lead slip through their fingers as Rewa back with possession and momentum. Tried to get the kick away, but it goes high. This is an opportunity for Northland to strike back. They have possession. Ref says play on. Rush defense coming through from Rewa. Northland still with the ball. They want to slow it down. Space on the open side. Manages to break the first tackle. Couldn't get the pass away. Rewa defense comes through. They're just outside the 22. Northland back in possession. Loses the ball. It's advantage to Rewa. And yes, momentum very much with the Rewa pack. Koli.
Iya, tutokon din na nanuto tatang bang kinamati tim ni Rewa ri retal tungango en nakena saku ko tatal tung manamati tim ni Rewa kapatalan kina nanuto so paro to girto na kamay en nalo mani 80 na minute. Ara to na lakolako ni gito ko sa arto po kanti girto ko na mati tim ni Rewa ngo nakau ni nanuto tatang maki kapatalan kina nakena di bagiti na polo kena tutol ruto bertati ko. Ara ni may pandi girto ko na kai arto may pang temper ko na ngonongo en ruso bul kendua ruso ngobulu tiko na mati tim ni Northland. Sulcungkor na scrum kina mati tim ni Rewa apa bota en na bunong konton tul menar to na rito mati tim ni Rewa na kenda to sanga merto na marre na polo merto kakua ni soli apa tua en to nangala sen to nanguna men soli kina bi Northland ni me baka nirtu sa to ko bola to kina non to lens ko.
Ref's not happy with that scrum. He'll want to reset it. Conditions getting a bit slippery because of the rain. Not a lot of rain here in Lawanga, but enough to make things a bit difficult. Big push coming from Northland, trying to make it difficult for Rewa to clear the scrum. It is difficult, but they do have possession. They'll want to clear it out of the danger area. Vulai with a massive boot, gets it nice and high, but doesn't get a lot of distance. Just outside the 10 meter, the Rewa defense needs to come up in a straight line, not allow Northland an opportunity. Big push coming from the Rewa pack, and I think they've won it, but unfortunately, no, the ref says they came in illegally. Tap and go from Northland. They won't be happy with allowing that 20-point lead to come to nothing. They have another advantage just outside the 22. This is a free play. They're going for the drop goal. Has the distance, doesn't have the direction.
Mata-mata.
Yeah.
Kaya wakaw po ko tilawain ng gitong ko. Kaya wakaw kapitan ni mata tim ni Northland. Usa nakiresar nga na mata-mata.
It's do or die.
Iya, may pakanisan tari talto nga nangauna. Sana bola taltungan niya dapat ko na ikawal sa miniti. Ken bali na mata tim ni Northland na non rapo kan nui sa tigo ke debe ko na turubongo non turun nambati ni kali mo si George Tali.
He's had a great day with the boot, really guiding this Northland team around, getting his kicks away. Been under a lot of pressure from the Rewa pack in the second half. Performed very well. And now a chance for him to get the lead back for Northland. It's midway between the 22 and the 10, so it's about 35 meters out, just to the right of the end of the goalposts. Nice high kick, has the distance, doesn't have the direction and the accuracy, unfortunately, and that is it. Rewa have won the Vodafone Vanua Championship. Koli, a great game this afternoon here in Lawanga. See the fans on the park, so happy for Rewa.
Kandi na toto kuntuna kana normaro na leni puluang may Rewa dauveitokoni na norto may winitaka arto may rawatan ng gangay na buko ni sasanga patalakina na buko koyango na vika kede RewaRugby Mai sarto may tura na keni dobi na kena kalungatan na sigani kuwa may ganga na mata tim ni Rewa and rusung bulu kendua rusung bulu na mata tim ni Northland.
You can understand why the fans are running onto the park this afternoon to celebrate with the Rewa team. They came in as underdogs. Northland had all the advantages. They had so many great players, so many former Fiji reps. As you can see, the fans are very happy this afternoon. A great performance and, of course, a well-earned victory for Rewa to wrap up the 2020 Vodafone Vanua Championship. Of course, both teams will be making it through to the Skipper Cup, but Rewa are the champions of the Vodafone Vanua Championship, Koli.
Tutukan din na ririnig ito hunda sarabat ko ni singin kuwa buko ni nonda sarabat ko mai na tiktik ko ni gito medo pa na ken na idaba na ken tintin sa may sarabat sini kuwa sangga may borta kan mati tim ni Rewa ni non to nang ganga and Vodafone Vanua Cup and nambaki runondolu rusabulu.
As you can see, the Northland team not happy with their final performance. Very disappointing, heartbreaking. They had a 20-point lead in the first half, and unfortunately, they couldn't make it through. But both teams will be playing in the Skipper Cup next season. Congratulations to both of them. And of course, we'll look forward to seeing them in the 2021 Skipper Cup. And of course, the fair brother, as Rewa fans continue to celebrate a well-earned victory and a great season for RewaRugby. Koli, I'm guessing public holiday in Rewa tomorrow.
Kanji na tudoko.
Thank you so much for joining us on Mai TV. Hope you enjoyed your coverage of the Vodafone Vanua Championship. And of course, thank you so much once again, Mai TV, bringing you the Vodafone Vanua Championship 2020. Vinaka.